coming back to the like people-pleasing habits, we give too much value into what others perceive us as. Others' perception of us is where a lot of this comes from. We're looking for others' approval, and we've associated the approval of others with our own safety, really. And coming back to our childhood patterns, like we thought we needed mommy and daddy's approval because like maybe there was an instance where, I was, your baby crying and your mom didn't come pick you up and hold you right away, and so you think, there must have been something wrong with me. I must have done something wrong. And so even at a very young age, we start to mold our behavior. We start to mold it to get our parents' approval so that we continue to be fed and held. It's like a survival type response. But we're still functioning on that programming. We're still functioning on that belief that if I don't get approval from others, my survival needs are not going to be met.
Yeah.
And it's a false programming. It's not true. So my mantra has been, the only approval that matters is my own.
Nice.
The only person's approval I need is my own. So whenever you're in a situation where you're feeling that you're stifling yourself, you're limiting your life force, you're limiting your true expression to try to please others, and it makes you smaller, it holds you back. And whenever I notice that happening, it's that I do not need anyone else's approval. The only approval that matters is my own. And I just practice not giving a shit. It's a practice, it's a process.
And that probably like that helps you like really become your real self.
Exactly. This has been a huge thing I've really been stepping into this year. I mean, it's been a constant process of this. Like I couldn't imagine 10 years ago I'd be making videos about sexual practices and how to masturbate in the right way, how to have a prostate orgasm.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't imagine it. And it was a process, but I just fucking started doing it, just went for it, because I knew the world needed it. I've been through the transformation I went through. And once other people see you being that shining light, being bold, being the person who is not giving a shit, like they'll want to be like that too. It inspires them as well. And the world's a better place because of it. We have all these people just fucking people pleasers, just robotically repeating, regurgitating information, not being authentic, basically.
Yeah.
And it makes the world really bland. So we're stepping back into what's real.
That's deep.
So that's part of your journey. That's going to be a huge thing now, is for you is really stepping into, you're already like, you're doing awesome things. Like you're super well developed. You're far on your path. You've got amazing discipline. You've got a body of a Greek god. You got the face of a sweet Egyptian model. Ra, R-A, sun god. Ra, the god. And the next level is just really fucking owning who you are, really stepping into who you are.
Yeah.
And getting out of the old containers you have in your life, the parameters that are keeping you at a small place, just fucking breaking through that shit. And yeah, I think you're going to be ready to kick ass when you get home. And it's going to be a continuous process, because when you start to do that, when you start to be who you truly are, when you start to expand yourself, you start to run into resistance from others. People who loved you, or said that they loved you, will often start to try to pull you back down to their level, because they're not comfortable with you growing beyond them. So this is what I noticed. Once I started being more myself, I started attracting a lot more conflict from other people trying to pull me down. So what happens is you get more polarized in this. You will evoke a stronger response. Because here's the thing, when we're in these people-pleasing habits, we're being more neutral. Because we don't want to create a charge. We don't want to displease, be so loud. Because when you are the loudest one in the room, everyone's watching you. And that scares the shit out of some people. So the more light you shine, the more it's going to polarize people. People will love you more, and there will be more people who hate you, who will create conflict, who will try to pull you back down. So just be prepared for that. And keep it going, man. Inner smile, healing sounds. You got your martial arts practice, you're going to kick ass.
Like really not giving a fuck.
Exactly. Really not giving a fuck. And just being like, hey, like, this is who I am. If they really love you, they'll support you and in being who you are. And sometimes you have to choose your own family, you know what I mean? As well. Like sometimes it's better to love people from a distance.
For sure. I know what you mean,
Yeah. Taking those breaths. The body posture is huge. Like in social situations, whatever. Start closing down. we make ourselves smaller. So take up more space. Feel the confidence. Feel your balls. Feel the root connection. Feel the ground connection. Bring that into all situations. Any other questions on that?
Nah, that's deep.
It's a practice.
Yeah.
And I can recommend some like books. And do you like audiobooks?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, there's some I found super helpful, because it's like this thing with this stuff is like you have to constantly stay re-inspired with it. You have to remember, because it's like this. You have a conversation like this or something, and you're like, yeah, you become really aware of it, and then you're doing it for a while, but then often we go back into our old habits. So it's kind of like just staying immersed in it in a way, like making a list of like just writing these things down. Like I am direct in my communication. I am honest and open, and I am bold, confident. I'm not afraid to be heard. I'm not afraid to be seen. I am comfortable being loud. Like writing these things down somewhere so you remember.
Yeah.
And because it's this up down. Like you make a lot of progress, and then I'm slipping back into my old habits. It's time to remember this. And you just keep going higher and higher with it, and eventually it becomes your new natural, your new normal. Let's do some more practice.
Let's do it.